starting?
Sure. And if we jump out of the chair in rage, it's because there are flies.
Yeah, there's 2 flies, and I 100% guarantee that one of them will land in my hair.
Or just on our face. I'm pretty sure it's going to fly into one of our mouths at one point.
Be on the lookout for that.
Cool. Welcome back to another episode of Void City Reviews. Is it good? And this time we are obviously talking about the new movie Superman from 2025 version.
You're Dan.
James Gunn.
I'm Toast.
That too.
Yes, James Gunn, the first new DC universe. I don't know what they're calling it. I don't care.
The first live-action movie. I guess the Creature Commandos was technically the first thing. Technically.
Yeah, I got some questions about that too.
Okay. Oh boy. Going into this, be forewarned, I believe in advance we have very possibly different opinions about this movie. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah. So let's start at the beginning, right? Because I told this to my wife as well. Because I kept talking about Superman because people I knew keep talking about Superman. And she goes, is that something you want to see? And I said, I have negative interest in watching it. And she thought that was hilarious. And then I had to explain it.
Didn't you say part of that was because of the trailer?
Yes.
And that's something I wanted you to explain to me for quite a long time. We saw that first trailer with Krypto.
Yeah.
Where he pounces all over Superman and then drags him back to the fortress, and then they use light to make him strong again.
I never wanted to see any of that ever again. I wish none of that existed. I've seen it twice now.
I don't get that. You use the words torture porn.
Yes.
That now you have seen Superman torture porn. And I believe my response was, I don't think you know what torture porn is. Because I have seen movies that actually feature that. And they didn't have a fun puppy dog jumping on their boy. Like, I don't know. I don't know what that scene is supposed to be conveying. That Krypto's a goofy puppy dog. But then also he's a good boy.
I think we need to back up even further, because while that is the beginning of the video of the movie, it's not the very beginning. It starts with an almost Star Warsian crawl.
Yeah, it basically lets you know we're not going to start at the beginning.
So I have questions from minute 1 with that crawl.
So what did I say?
300 years ago,
metahumans were discovered.
And then if we skip forward a bit,
33 years ago,
because we find out that before the movie starts, Superman has already stopped a war. It's in my hair currently.
It is in your hair now. Anyway.
It would have been nice to see him stop a war. It would have been nice to see him lose the fight that he loses also before the movie starts. But instead, he just comes rocketing out of the sky, lands bloody in snow, and I'm like, this is not how you start a movie. This is terrible. It's a bad start.
I loved it.
I do not like it in any conceivable way. Then Krypto shows up and starts pouncing on a very injured man, and I'm like, oh, this is terrible.
That was also conveying that no one had ever seen him that hurt before, because it was his first defeat, which was also stated in the crawl right before he lands, was that
yeah, that's very odd.
3 minutes ago, Superman was handed his first real defeat.
Odd. It's extremely strange.
I don't think so.
It's very odd.
He's never fought what defeated him
We don't
before.
know anything. We don't know anything about what he's done.
Not okay.
Except he has stopped a war days, weeks ago, I don't remember. But it would have been nice to see that happen. Start off with him being heroic. Instead, you start off with him losing a fight, and I'm like, what is happening right now? And then you see him
being human,
getting beat up by a dog, and I'm like, this is
strength.
This is terrible.
This is terrible.
And then you see him injured by the sun, and I'm like,
he wasn't injured by the sun.
His
bones were healing back together.
Vader screams.
Yeah, because all of his broken bones and his bladder that was ruptured was unrupturing. His bones were sealing back together. All his injuries had to heal. Wolverine screams when he heals.
I hate everything about it. everything about it.
Oh, man.
Let's line up these magnifying glasses, too.
Oh.
Give him some extra sun.
Yeah.
I hate all of it. So, he stops a war. We don't see it. He stops a war. But metahumans have existed for 300 years. This is seemingly the first international incident.
That they decided, that one of them decided to get super involved in.
Right.
Without anyone backing. It
So
seems
what
to be the
happened-
main point, is that he didn't ask anyone permission.
So there was seemingly no JSA during World War II.
No, there's a whole mural of 26 of them up inside the Hall of Justice.
Right.
And all of them are named, all of them
That
existed.
would have caused an international incident, but it never gets referenced.
Not if they were actually working and sanctioned by their
See-
governments, which is something that this main point of this
I
was
don't
that
know.
Superman went and did what he did without talking to anybody, just because people were going to die. So I needed to do something. He's like, I didn't have time to talk to people who would have told me not to.
Let's choose to believe you're correct, which is a better story than what we actually
That's
received.
how I interpreted everything that they had in the movie. I mean, he flat out says it.
Then Lois should have brought that up. Anyone should have brought that up. Hey, you didn't follow the rules like these previous heroes did.
I mean, without
There's
the
a
previous
contrast.
heroes did, but they did say you didn't follow the rules. That was Lois's main point to him. Like, the whole thing was that you just did what you don't understand that even though you don't think you do represent something, everyone in the whole world thinks you do, because here's where you come from, here's where you live.
Yeah, he's super naive. He's real dumb.
He's Superman.
Yeah, he sure is. You're putting forth a better idea than what's actually presented in the movie.
But that's how I interpreted what I saw in the movie.
Right.
That's how
I'm taking it at face value. This is what we're told, and nobody mentions any prior events, and I find that very hard to believe in 300 years. If an event had occurred, somebody should have mentioned, hey, what you did is different than what these other people did.
I think we're going to see some of that stuff filled in, though. I mean, Creature Commandos showed some of the stuff with metahumans getting involved in stuff. I'm sure future movies will show that as well, and shows. I mean, wasn't there supposed to be one about Sergeant Rock or whatever, or something like that? I mean, he's a war guy. That would have probably shown
Still coming.
metahumans in war.
Still coming.
Yeah.
Someday, once they recast it, because Daniel Craig backed down.
That would have been something.
Would have been awesome.
Man.
Anyway. So, minute one, I have multiple problems already. They get to Metropolis, and my first thought was, what decade is this? Because these women are dressed like the 70s, and I don't know. Their version of Metropolis is very much animated Batman Gotham.
It's Superman the Animated Series.
Of like, I had genuine questions. What decade is it? I don't know if it's supposed to be the present,
It's
or if
not
it's supposed to be the
set
past.
in our Earth.
What decade is it?
It's present day.
It could be a different world. I need to know what
It's
decade.
present day.
Okay, that's fine.
I think in that aspect, it's going to be very similar to Fantastic Four, which we haven't seen yet, but takes place in a completely different world than anything you've seen before in any other Marvel movie. It's not, it's like, it's kind of present-ish day, but everything looks like the 60s, but also everything is the future at the same time. It's its own world, which I kind of like. One of the things I never liked in old Superman movies, I hate that Metropolis is just clearly New York. I don't, for some reason that always bothered me. That it's like, oh, it's supposed to be Metropolis, but here's the Empire State Building, and there's the World Trade Center, and there's all this stuff. Like, that's clearly, you're just in Manhattan. Like, this is clearly New York. Like, you could have maybe hidden some of those landmarks and made it a little less, like, more of like a general city. But I kind of like that about this movie, that Metropolis was its own new. It didn't look like any other real city to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
I liked that.
It's fine.
I didn't even notice the thing about the clothes. I mean, but I never really look at stuff like that unless like something looks just incredibly awkward, but everything looked fine to me.
There's a slow shot of two women giving eyes to Jimmy, and Jimmy to me will forever be, currently he's the guy from Righteous Gemstones, and I can't break that. So he's just the son from Righteous Gemstones. But there's two women who appear to be from the late 60s, maybe early 70s, giving eyes to Jimmy, and I'm like, I don't know when I am right now.
You're in every when.
Right. And so my questions, my confusion just continues straight on through.
But I don't think they're... I don't know how to say this. I don't know, like, are those relevant? Like, I don't know if that's the right word even to use, but like, did they change? Like, I don't get why. Like, some of those things, like, I just feel like you got stuck on them.
I'm on the back
and
foot.
It made you mad for parts of the movie you wouldn't have been mad about otherwise because you were stuck being mad about this thing when it's like, it's just a thing.
I'm on the back foot, and I haven't yet been grounded in this movie yet because I reject kind of everything that has happened so far.
I guess I just can't, like, fathom that viewpoint because I was like...
Yeah, I fully know
I don't know.
That I'm in everyone that I know that has seen it. Well,
and it's not that I want to say that you're necessarily wrong. I just, like, I need to see the movie, I think, multiple more times and pay attention to all these things, which I would have no problem with because I loved that movie.
Here's the thing. So the group chat, I'm in a group chat. Everyone enjoyed it.
Bunch of shocking
I got a very out of the blue text from a former coworker who saw it, thought of me, sent me a text, and said that she also enjoyed it. You enjoyed it. Everyone I know enjoyed it except for the two other people that saw it with me. And this is what I saved. This is what I wanted to get. The best part of the movie for us was the conversation in the parking lot afterward, where we just tore to shreds.
So it was like the Muppet guys. I was right. Just when you think it can't get any worse, something wonderful happens. It ends.
Actually, it ended. We started to walk out, and Charlie said, "I think there's an after credits thing." And we're standing technically outside of the theater at this point. And I go, "These things are never worth it." But we were just standing there talking anyway, so we're like, let's go back in. So we go back in, and we see them both. And there's this woman who has been in her seat the entire time. She's like 6 feet away from us, and she goes, "That's it?" And again, we just started laughing. Like, it's so great.
No. This fly is a butthole.
So, minute 6.
Minute 6. Oh my God.
We're going to go through it minute by minute.
Okay.
Superman has a rematch for a fight that we hadn't seen.
Yeah. Which basically shows us the fight we didn't see because it happened again. He got his butt kicked.
This whole movie should have been rewritten. There's a fight. Robot guy, armored suit.
The Hammer of Bavaria.
Yeah. Bavarian cream. Flies away. We later found out it's only 10 miles away. And I'm like, nobody could track this guy? Nobody can track 10 miles. There's Terrific is doing all sorts of terrific things throughout this movie.
He wasn't there, though.
And nobody can track 10 miles. I'm like, how super is your vision?
But remember, even if he goes 10 miles, then he disappears off the face of the planet.
Yeah, but there's a sizable encampment, a literal encampment.
There is, but they were disguised as like an ice facility or something. I can't remember what those. They were like metahuman ice.
Too. I thought there was.
I don't know what the hell they were. They were Lex Luthor guys.
They show that place, and I'm like,
they were his raptor guys, right? Those were his raptors.
Is mind control at play here? Because I don't understand this music. I don't understand the Hawaiian shirts. None of it gets explained. I thought for sure somehow mind control was at play in this encampment. Because I don't know what any of these people are doing.
Those are all people that were just as confident as Lex was that they're going to get away with it this time. But those were his raptor guys. That was his like Justice League dudes. They were supposed to be there.
Some of them are, and that's a great scene later. Some of them are, but then there's a bunch of people just in Hawaiian shirts.
They're the scientists
and they are
the
questioning
other guys,
things, which is good for them. Good that they're questioning.
I thought
things.
that they were like the Dennis Nedrys. They were like running around.
I don't think so.
With their doing computer
I
things.
think there's a lot of them that are just following orders
Also that. Well, yeah, because Lex will put him in a glass box otherwise.
Well,
Spoiler
we
alert.
haven't gotten to glass boxes. I got a whole glass box.
And I'm not even... Oh, God.
I got a whole glass box.
I'm prepared for almost every angle of that one.
I hate glass boxes. I never want to see another glass cube in anything.
Just wait till the next X-Men movie. I'm sure they'll put Magneto in one.
I'm sure, and it will be another mistake.
Well, yeah, because of course someone will
Spoilers.
come in with...
He's going to escape.
Yeah.
Idiots. Guys are
You should have
idiots.
put him in a wood box. That's what you should have done. That could have stopped an old school Green Lantern back in the day. Back in the day, a plate of Twinkies could stop an old school Green Lantern.
I want to talk about the cast. Let's talk about the cast for a while. Because I liked
Everyone?
Everyone, I
Yeah.
think.
I liked everyone. I had no complaints.
Corn Sweat, the first time I saw him was in The Politician, the Netflix show, and episode 1, I'm like, this guy is Superman. And then I don't know how many years later,
I saw him in something where someone straight up to his face said, "You're basically Superman," and this was like years ago.
that
It was
wasn't
like
Twisters.
it might have been, but it was something else.
I don't remember.
And then I also saw him in Pearl, where
I
he
didn't see
got
Pearl.
stabbed through the face with a pitchfork. Spoiler alert. That was fun.
So yeah, I fully endorsed him. I like Rachel. She's great. Watched Mrs. Maisel.
Yep.
Great show. Good stuff.
Her and him as Lois and Clark had chemistry, which was good. That's been a problem in the past. Superman Returns.
She's another Lois that I enjoyed,
Yeah.
which is somewhat rare for previous Loises.
Yeah, yeah. There are not many, in my opinion, that are worth Superman's time. I don't understand why he's into half of them. It's like, why? Why?
No.
This person is like mentally abusive to you every time she talks to your face.
Yeah.
She doesn't like you.
No.
Why are you in love with her?
I don't.
Why are you spinning the world backwards for a lady who doesn't like you? Good Lord.
Questions.
Oh.
Nicholas Holt. I have enjoyed the stuff he's been in. I was unsure what this Lex was going to be, but he was fantastic.
Yeah.
And the thing that I've heard other podcasts talk about is actors talking about you're basically acting alone in a room, because there's like 6 to 8 other people in the room that are kind of talking to him sometimes, but a lot of it is him
It's an
yelling.
audience, yeah.
He's yelling through the suit, and he's giving these speeches basically to no one, and he does a phenomenal job. He's great as Lex.
Yeah, no, I look forward to more Nicholas Holt, Lex Luthor.
Perry and Eve, like I don't know much about.
I like Perry,
Perry didn't really do much though, and Eve.
but he was delivered his lines, his one-liners, his Perry-isms. And
Yeah.
Eve was sufficiently Tessmacher-ish.
Eve, I don't know.
I
how-
kind of felt a little bit bad for her in a sense that Jimmy Olsen's kind of a dickhead.
Yeah.
That might be one of only 2 complaints I have about the movie. Is that Jimmy Olsen is like, I don't like this chick, but she
He's
can help me in my job, so I'll
definitely
pretend I'll
using
go
her.
out with her, and then
Yeah.
I'll probably just dump her again.
Jimmy's not
But she
great.
clearly doesn't get it because she actually likes him, and so
It's
I hope Superman has a talking to him. Like, hey, I'm not going to give you this watch if you don't
highly questionable, Jimmy.
stop being a douche. The only other complaint I had was that the movie ended and there isn't more of it for years now. Unless you count Peacemaker and Green Lanterns, we'll see. We'll see what those are like.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Okay, Engineer, Ultraman, any comments? I was concerned about Engineer because I'm like, I'm clearly getting into Authority territory, which is also an upcoming. I don't know how you do the Authority. I don't know.
I guess we might find out.
I guess I'll
I didn't know
reserve
much
judgment.
about Engineer going in, but I thought she was fine.
Yeah,
And
there's
quite a threat as it turned out.
There's a couple of different versions of her, and so this is one of them, and she gets stuff from Lex, which is fine.
Nanites
Right.
in the blood, which basically turned her into a nanite person,
She's
which just leads to a pretty I don't know, what the thing she does to him to try to kill him, like, that was like,
Okay.
I'm like, holy God.
All right, we're gonna skip around now because
Yeah.
this raises a question that I have about Supergirl, who is at the very end of the movie.
Yes.
There's a comment about her traveling.
Yeah.
Does she have a ship
Yes.
or does she fly in space?
She has a ship.
Okay.
I'm almost certain in the comics she has a ship when she does all that stuff.
In the comic, not established in this movie.
Well, not yet.
Because sometimes super people need to breathe in space, and sometimes they don't.
In
So my
this universe,
question was-
they do. Because they stated that he can only hold his breath for an hour if he has air in his lungs.
That
At
was my
least that's
question.
what's been measured so far.
I'm like, so she theoretically has a ship because
Yes.
breathing is an issue.
Yes. She either has a ship, and I imagine he would have, like, sometimes in the comics they'd give him, like, some kind of little tank with a mask thing, and he'll have, like, a belt with little tanks that he'll use if he has to go on longer trips. He's done that in the past.
Choosing for now to believe
But
this.
I'm nearly certain she'll have a ship, because that's how... I mean, she would have to. If she's on a red planet, how is she going to leave it then? She'd be stranded.
That's a fair
She would
point.
need a ship to come back. That's the same thing in Superman Returns when Clark left to go back to Krypton when they said that it was there, even though it wasn't. Lex tricked him, and he left Earth for 5 years. He had a ship because he knew once he got out there, there's no yellow sun, and he lost all his power because it's just a bunch of kryptonite flying around. So he needed the ship to bring him back home, and he was basically like in a coma for the whole trip.
All right.
But yeah,
She
no,
has
I
a-
would
she
nearly
has a-
guarantee she'll have a ship, and I imagine at some point maybe that would be, I don't know, do you think Lobo's going to come to Earth, or do you think she's going to go somewhere and meet him? I think it'd be cool if she went somewhere else and met him. I think an entirely off-Earth Supergirl movie would pretty kick-ass, but
That would
I don't know
make
if they'd
the
start off
most
with that.
sense, but I don't.
unless it's something that she brought back, maybe she pissed someone off at this last party that she was at.
I'm trying not to think ahead too much. Just based on what has been presented so far, I have questions. And if she has a ship, that's fine. It doesn't contradict. God, this whole video is going to be worthless.
It's not
just-
worthless. It's
It's
great.
just, it's just us fighting a fly.
There's 2 flies. There's 2. It's fair.
There are
at
2
least. It's
flies.
2 on 2. The other one's up there in the light. It's kind of trapped right now.
All right, so the other thing, Ultraman. I feel he's kind of wasted. I would have preferred to use actual Ultraman. Like, keep Ultraman in your back pocket.
And maybe you got this guy from one of them alternate universe pocket guys.
I
somehow?
think I wish
would've
they
been
wouldn't
cool.
have used the name Ultraman.
Yeah.
It seems short-sighted to me.
But then again,
It is a fitting name.
the multiverse would have multiple
It's a fitting name
Ultramen.
for a clone.
Yeah. Especially one that Lex is trying to make that he would want to be better than Superman. Well, I'm Ultraman.
Right.
Oh my God.
It's a fitting name, but I still wish they had reserved Ultraman for an actual multiversal.
I still think it's a possibility.
I mean,
Because, it's the multiverse.
it is.
Each world could have an Ultraman. This was ours. He was a dingus. You go to their world, maybe their Superman was a dingus and Ultraman kicked ass.
I don't know.
I mean, some worlds, Ultraman goes around to all the worlds and just kills all the Supermans. I mean...
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
It's actually a good comic. I think I want to talk Kaiju. So, because again, these aren't organized in any way. I didn't prepare beforehand. But a Kaiju gets unleashed. A tiny, cute thing
Yeah.
immediately starts something on fire.
It clearly appears to have been genetically altered from a axolotl in some way.
Is that a Pokemon?
No, it's a newt that hasn't evolved into a newt yet, or
Great.
metamorphosed. They
Okay.
come from one of 2 lakes in Mexico.
Fantastic. It immediately starts something on fire.
Yeah.
Cut to, it is the size of a skyscraper. We
Okay, third complaint.
We have an aerial shot.
Damn it!
We have an aerial
found the other
shot.
thing. I remember thinking this. You're going to say the exact thing I thought, aren't you?
There's an aerial shot.
But there's no damage leading
There's
to it.
no damage. And I scanned
My thought
the whole thing. I'm like, which direction
My
did
thought
this come from?
was that maybe he came from down. Because if you look at the screen, the way it's oriented, the only direction you can't see is straight down. So I'm thinking maybe he came in and then aimed that way. That's the only way I can justify it. But I
can't-
had that same exact thought. I'm like, did he
couldn't
just
make
grow
sense.
up right there? Unless he just like did a Super Mario like right there. Maybe someone like did something to him that made him grow.
know.
But yeah, that was. But it's like literally a 2-second shot. So it's like blink and you miss it.
I didn't miss it though.
And neither did I.
I'm like, where?
Because I watched this one on a big screen, not on a phone for once.
Good for you. But the Kaiju,
I still like the Kaiju. I was sad like Superman at how it was dispatched.
there's a couple of things. Yes.
The toy makes a lot more sense to me now though, because the toy is I'm like, that doesn't seem good.
Because I did not like the eye stuff.
Yeah, right. I'm like, why? Stop poking it. No.
That's just mean.
Oh my god, when she's like smashing it in the eye with her freaking hammer, screaming at it. I'm like, no.
That's terrible. Oh, there's some cast that we didn't
And
talk about.
Superman's just like, why? Why any of this?
That's terrible. So, Fillion as Guy,
Fantastic.
there's more of him than I expected. I thought it would be a smaller role, and
But he's Guy Gardner. He probably insisted.
I don't know, but
He's probably like Dave at work. I gotta be in this movie or else it's gonna...
I'm happy. I'm not mad at it.
Yes.
Mr. Terrific was terrific. Yep.
Yep.
Loved it. Everything he did.
I hope he gets his own movie or show or both or something.
Hawkgirl screams, and I was not a fan of the screaming.
I was fine with the screaming. It wasn't as much as you made it out to be.
I think it's because it's how she starts. I think she comes in screaming, and then they're screaming later, and I'm like, I don't like either of these things.
But she was fine when she talked. She was hilarious. I
Yes,
liked her.
talking, she's fine. It's just a very minimal role overall, and she didn't have as much to do as Guy or Terrific.
Well,
Similarly, Metamorpho
I feel she had
didn't have much to do, but he
about
looked
the same
cool.
amount to do as Guy. Guy just got a few more lines.
Disagree, I think.
Oh my god. I mean, they both were at all the same battles.
Yes.
Guy did have a couple more
think-
confrontations with Superman.
I think
but,
I think Guy had more
oh man, that
lines.
make your move, Big Blue. Like, oh, I thought I was like, oh, of course it is.
So, the Kaiju fight, stabbing in the eye is just mean-spirited.
Right? And so enthusiastic.
I'm not a fan of that. But
That must be a James Gunn thing, because that's how they murdered Starro, too.
it's, well, Starro is a giant eye. I was more okay with
That is
that,
true.
though.
That's
I was
where
more
else do you
okay
hit
'cause,
him?
like, one puncture
There's
is,
only one other thing on the backside
is
of it.
better than repeated bludgeoning.
Yeah, but it wasn't like having an effect. It was like when Superman got shot in the eye and Superman Returns, they was like bouncing off. This thing was just like, eh.
Yeah. So the Kaiju winds up dead,
Yeah.
and Superman's like, I could have taken it. I would have preferred to take it to an intergalactic zoo. I can't remember the exact line, but he makes reference to an intergalactic zoo, which I found, again, very interesting. I'm like,
Yeah.
how are you going to transport this thing? I like that exists as an option. I don't know the mechanics,
I imagine through the Phantom Zone.
the logistics.
Or one of them other portal guys. These flies are awesome.
But I like that an intergalactic zoo exists. It's a great kind of throwaway line.
But now we know it's there.
I don't fully understand it, but kudos. And I reserve the right to return to this point later, because I will. But yeah, I think the Kaiju thing opens up what I have subtitled here as magic
Oh.
in the movie. The lack of destruction that we've already discussed. Kind of physics in general. Falling buildings, stopping falling buildings. A citywide evacuation that is the most peaceful thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm just lumping it all under magic, because none of this made any sense to me.
I'm lumping another. We've had too many comic book movies who try to take place in the real world, and it has made everyone forget that these are cartoons. Like,
I've been waiting for this.
I know.
Here we go.
But like for me, at least this is how I interpret this a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not going to use the same example. I'm going to use a bit of a different one. It would be like if you watched Speed Racer and were
God.
concerned that the cars did not follow the physics of real cars.
Check a live action cartoon.
Either one,
Okay.
they both travel in Hot Wheels courses that are impossible. But that's the world that they live in. Superman lives in a world where he can lift an entire train by the front of it and the whole thing will follow him like a link of sausages and everyone will be fine. Or where he can catch a whole building and it won't just crumple. It happened in Superman and Lois in like the first episode.
That's not what we're talking about.
It's still Superman.
We're talking about a movie.
But it's still Superman. Like, that's the kind of stuff he does. He catches buildings from falling down. He can catch an airplane without it doing like Homelander said and just coming apart like it would actually really do. Like,
yeah. And I have problems with all of those.
But that's part of the fun of Superman is that he can do shit that can't happen in real life. That's part of why comics are fun is because it's stuff that it's fantastical.
Is that how we're defining fun?
I think so.
Okay. The last time this was brought up, I believe the phrase you used was, "This is a children's movie. This is a kids' movie."
I mean, it's like a live action cartoon.
Here's my question: is it? Because it's PG-13. So what kids is this targeted at?
I mean, that's a suggested guideline. How did that happen? This thing is a magician. Why? What the
Now it's on my cheek. PG-13. I think even at 13, you understand that this is not how the world works.
Yes, you're right. I understand that a man from Krypton cannot fly.
Sake.
No, I'm just.
There's a difference.
But then we have to go back and say that nothing that's ever happened in any superhero movie could ever have happened because it can't. None of the things we've ever been shown in a superhero movie could happen.
Frequently, that's true.
It's pretty much entirely true. I don't know. I don't. It's kind of like Transformers. Like, I don't go into a Transformers movie and expect to see real life. I just want to see big dumb robots punch each other in the face and destroy buildings around them.
I want to see better
and hopefully
robots.
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh,
and
why?
Just smash him like a bug. Because I was always hoping that was something that could happen. I don't know. I guess, like, yes, it was in my mind the whole time. Like, wow, he couldn't just hold up a whole building that's horizontal now so that one lady could drive up. That would never actually work.
And the entire bridge was empty except for that lady. And I'm like, how did everyone else get away? I don't understand.
It showed them all drive away. I was like, damn, those people are like coordinated.
I immediately flashed back to Independence Day. And I'm like,
no one's moving anywhere. You're all dead.
That's a city evacuation. Oh, man. Granted,
they've had Superman around for 3 years in their city alone, and metahumans for 300 years. This might be a world that's used to citywide metahuman battle stuff. They're probably like, oh, we got to evacuate again?
If you tell me that, I will allow it. But they don't tell me that. But I mean,
do we need to have every single thing
here's the other point. So let's say it is a kids movie. Can kids movies... I'm going to split this into two things. One, I don't like that frequently every comic book movie, anytime that there's a logical, a physical, any sort of like unrealistic events, it's a kids movie, it's a comic book movie, it's okay, it's fine, just ignore it. Can kids movies not be good? Can they not follow real world? I don't understand the argument at its fundamental level.
So then, like, and maybe this is me not understanding your argument, so does that mean like we couldn't make a movie like Wizard of Oz because none of it could happen?
Wizard of Oz.
I mean, or like Labyrinth. Can we not make a movie like Labyrinth because there are no like, I mean,
Labyrinth is magic. I'm saying Toy Story is a genuinely kids movie that's great.
But it teaches kids that your toys are alive when you're not looking at them.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm not understanding the argument. I guess I just don't get I don't understand where the cutoff is. Like, where do we suspend?
I don't either.
And I think, and like I said, I think it comes back to, and maybe this is the problem with movies like Dark Knight and stuff like that, is like you can't put those fantastical superhero people like in real life. It just doesn't work. And then it makes you always want it to be like that.
Yes.
And it's like, I kind of don't want it to be like that. I've had enough of real life lately, to be honest. Like, and honestly, there enough of kind of current situational like themes were in this movie, but like in a way that was detached enough for me to like not see exactly like a 1% riot in the streets at the stock market, like in the Batman movie, like I saw. Like,
here's the point I'm trying to get to. It's a kids movie or it's a comic book movie feel like dismissals for a wide range of things. And just saying it's a kids movie ignores a lot of elements of like genuinely good kids movies. You can have great kids movies.
This is very true.
Or it's a comic book movie, sort of dismisses all comic book movies, and there are some great comic book movies. But like,
there are.
I feel like those arguments are dismissals and not really getting at whatever the person that's making that statement is really trying to say. And so saying Superman is a kids movie
is my lack of vocabulary.
which is fine. But I don't know what
because that's not exactly what I mean either. It's just the words that came to mind. First of all,
I think it is what you were just saying.
I think there are things in the movie that are meant to be implied to us, because otherwise the whole movie would have been spent explaining how this world works. And I don't want that either. Like, I think some of the stuff we'll just have to get through seeing it happen naturally in this new world as it's unveiled to us, hopefully in a cohesive version that's all together and not all apart like Marvel has become.
I would like more seeds. So this is I'm gonna call it the first entry if we're ignoring Creature Commandos for a minute.
I think widely that could be safely.
If this is the first entry into the world, we've established 300 years of history with metahumans. There should be an equal amount of, hey, these are some events that have happened over the past 300 years. Give me a sprinkling, give me a dash of like, hey, this is a fleshed out world, universe. And instead we go back like 2 weeks to whenever he stopped a war off camera. And like, I don't feel like it's a lived in world, and I'm picking at all of the threads and none of it's adding up to me, and it's driving me insane.
I think it's because we were trying to just focus on his little bit of it for that period of time, and I think all these other parts are going to do that. Like, I feel like Green Lantern, we're probably going to get a good amount of history in that, because we'll have to talk about the lanterns.
That's a show, and we're going to get far more screen time, and probably you're right, it is going to flesh out the world,
and
much
that would
better.
be a better place to do it, I think, too, because Superman was already 2 hours long.
But just give me a give me a dash, please.
But he was already so full of dashes. Like, you can have, they showed 26 other people in this movie that have existed in this universe.
Barely.
But they're there, and they're all named. Like, they're all real heroes from the comics. Sandman was on that mural. The Sandman. That's awesome.
Here's something that Marvel has been doing for a long time, and it annoys the hell out of me. Marvel will put out a movie, the internet will have a reaction, and then Kevin Feige comes along and says, this is what that meant, this is what's happening, this is what wasn't in the movie. And I'm like, you can't do that. If you want us to know something, put it in the movie. Don't come out after the fact and say, that was Punisher in the van. Like, you put it in the movie, that's all I'm saying. So yes, 26 other characters were shown. Gunn has come out and said 2 of them are going to be in movies or some sort of media.
So far.
I believe that. And I believe we will probably get more of them, but I'm ignoring that because it wasn't in the movie. So there's a mural. We have... I would have liked Lois to say a line when she's interviewing him, which I loved. And let's talk about the interview. So jump way back.
Yep.
Clark agrees to an interview as Superman.
Yes.
And he, in my opinion, does not take it seriously. He's not acting like Superman. He's acting like boyfriend Clark, I believe.
I think he didn't expect her to be as...
He should have.
Right to the... He should have.
He should have known what he was getting into.
He's also, as he pointed out, human.
I kind of have a love-hate with that scene. Because I love Lois's half, that she's going after him, asking the hard questions.
I like that she stumbled him up. I thought that was awesome. Like,
but I also would have preferred if we saw more of a shift in him from civilian Clark into, okay, I'm going to take this seriously, Superman.
I think he didn't take it seriously quick enough to where once he tried to get into like serious Superman mode, he was already flustered. He was like, wow,
kind of too late.
This is why I interview myself like Peter Parker. Man, I should have stuck with that plan. That worked a lot better.
So I wish, that's kind of my one thing that I think he did that I wish he had done differently, is just take that interview more seriously. And if we could have seen him be Superman in that moment and maybe explain what he did and why.
Well, I think he hadn't thought all of it out through too. I think that was part of it. I think he thought he had all the answers, and Lois asked him questions that he hadn't even considered.
Agree with you on that too.
Because all he thought about was people were going to die. It's right to save the people and stop them from killing each other. That's all I want to do, is just stop the people from killing each other.
Let's jump around again to people dying.
Yes.
So now we're back at the end of the movie again, near the end. The invasion is going forward. We have a crowd of people in sand, and we have armored cars and vehicles and people with guns on the other side of a chain link fence, which is hilarious.
That was the border.
You could just shoot through a
North
fence.
Korea border.
So you've got the head of a country through a loudspeaker saying, "Kill everyone." The fence comes down. One truck blows up. No guns are fired. Nobody dies. And I'm like, this is magic. This is the kids movie that you're talking about, because there's a non-war happening, and I don't like.
They saw Guy Gardner coming.
There's an invasion that's happening.
The bird lady yelling.
Is a bloodless invasion, and I had problems with that too, because I'm like,
I need to watch it again. It seemed like a lot more was going on than just one truck blew up.
A truck blew up. Guy Gardner shows up. Then shit starts to happen.
Oh, hey, he blew up all the trucks with a bunch of middle fingers. That was awesome.
That was, to me, not a kids movie moment. I guess that's a PG-13 moment.
Well, see,
that's
we don't have to keep coming back to the kids movie thing. That was me using the wrong.
That's very much.
Term for what I meant.
That's very much a 13-year-old mentality, which I guess is Guy Gardner.
That's why it was perfect.
It's
Guy Gardner.
It's super weird to see a bunch of giant green middle fingers in a Superman movie.
So like Hal Jordan, it would have been a bunch of punching gloves, and it would have been stupid. A bunch of boxing gloves, and it would have been like,
Guy Gardner.
And if it had been Kyle, it would have been a bunch of awesome stuff would have come down. Like
100%.
It would have been like some big Rube Goldberg machine would have happened to all those tanks, and it would have taken them all out.
Dragons and shit.
But Guy Gardner is like Kyle if he was a 13-year-old douche. So it's all going to be middle fingers, and I'm surprised that Big Wiener didn't come out and knock one of them into space, because he did that in Injustice.
That's fair.
Wasn't that him in Injustice who did that? Maybe it was that Lobo? Got a ring and like made a giant just like hit something. And everyone else was like, did he just make a giant hit?
That's hilarious, but I don't remember that.
I'll have to look it up and see if I can put it right here. I'm pretty sure it was an Injustice moment.
Because Injustice is a great comic.
It's one of the best.
Far better than I had.
Have they ever made a movie of that? Maybe just of the first, maybe just of the game, kind of. I wish they would make an adaptation like straight up of the books, because the books were so good. All that stuff that was barely even touched on in the game. Anyway.
A war where no one dies.
I'm sure some people
I want to talk about that president.
Somewhat injured or inconvenienced.
I want to talk about that president.
The president.
Because the first time we see him, I go, in my head. No.
So you saw the movie before me, and you told me about this, and you only said a character.
Yeah. I'm like, there's a character that I swear was Clayface. Because as soon as he shows up, I'm like, oh, that's Clayface. And then it's not. And I'm like, oh, that seems like a missed opportunity.
It not only seemed like Clayface, it seemed specifically like a character Harley Quinn cartoon Clayface would have played. They could have had Alan Tudyk play two characters in this movie.
I was waiting for him to open his mouth and see those discolored, disjointed
teeth. And he just has yellow eyes all of a sudden.
Man.
And he's like, oh.
I would have lost my 5 hammers. Easily. If that was actually Clayface, I would have loved this movie, dismissed everything else.
He starts speaking in that exaggerated British stage accent.
It would have made so much sense. I would have loved it.
War, kill them all. Like, he would have said it so ridiculous. It would have been the best. Oh.
So yeah, I thought that guy was Clayface, and I kept waiting for him to reveal himself.
Really, he was basically just Ben Kingsley, the Mandarin. He's just some douchebag, kind of.
Kinda, yeah. Kinda.
Just some douchebag.
Oh, missed opportunity.
Well, I think at the time they made Superman, they didn't know Clayface was going to be their next movie. That was kind of a surprise to everybody that was the first script that was going to be done.
Maybe.
Because he even said, he's like, yeah, none of us here knew Clayface was going to be the next thing we were going to do.
All right, I think I need to talk about glass cubes now.
Oh, boy. You have just liked these since Magneto days.
I think it was
Possibly
after.
before?
I think it was after Magneto. I mean, Magneto was definitely the beginning of it for me, but then it was in so many movies after that. It was in Mission Impossible. It was in Bond. It was overused in the Flash show that I didn't even watch.
Oh.
And I don't think they were glass cubes, but it's the same concept of this tiny box with generally no bed and absolutely never a toilet. And like, how are you going to imprison someone for an indefinite amount of time? Superman had no beds, which I guess Lex is just that petty, which is something else I'm going to have to come back to at some point.
Which might go to the next point of no toilets.
There's never a toilet. And I'm like, his ex-girlfriend is never going to change her clothes? And I'm like, I don't understand.
Lex Luthor, though,
I do not like this Lex.
He was but we're not supposed to. Like, he was a bastard. He was an evil son of a bitch. And
he was not.
He kind of did every plan, every Lex in every previously movie has done and failed at, but he did them all together and nearly succeeded.
This is another problem that I have
all at once.
Frequently with comics, but live action too as well. Cartoons. I'll come back to this. People that are supposed to be smart are not as smart as they're supposed to be. So,
because then they would win. And that would be bad. Then there would be no more stories. They can't be as smart as they think they are, because then there'd be one story and it'd be over.
Here's what I'm going to come back to, is an actual...
Like, if people did stuff as well as we'd write them actually doing, if they were really doing it well...
An actual children's cartoon, Gargoyles, had Xanatos, who was a smart billionaire who managed to win regardless of what happened. He would still wind up getting what he wanted. And like 30 years ago, they had the best billionaire villain.
When's the last time you watched Gargoyles?
A couple of years ago, honestly.
Really?
I rewatched the entire series.
And it held up?
Still good. I mean, there's some downer episodes, but when they're in the boat, kind of fun. Xanatos is a great billionaire villain, and I think a lot of the billionaire villains that we've had are just not that good. It's so like,
well, they tend to defeat themselves.
Right. And they shouldn't. But this Lex...
But look at real life. If we're going to come back to real life seeping into movies again, they kind of...
This Lex...
are their own worst enemies.
This Lex has teleportation technology and cloning. He is...
multi-dimensional technology.
He is seemingly very intelligent, or has very intelligent people working for him.
Oh yeah, I think it's both.
And he's, I'm going to say, not media savvy, because there's a point in here about the media.
He thinks he is.
At some point.
He thinks he is when he was on that...
But initially, with Michael Ian Black...
Yeah, that guy.
I think the first time he goes on TV, it's good. And then later on, he's not good on TV.
Well...
And I kind of wish there was a bit more consistency, but he I think, loses out of plot necessity more than his own failing. And so I think this Lex should have been better written. He seems very petty, and I believe he should be above this level of imprisoning an ex-girlfriend.
Pretty petty. I remember during the Death of Superman comics, there was a point in time where he was working out with a woman who was his like kickboxing trainer in the gym. This is back when he was the clone of himself, and he had the long red hair and the beard, pretending to be his own Australian son and saying like, "Good day, mate," all the time. It's like, all right,
crazy.
Yeah, right. I'm like, what the hell? So like later on when she's leaving in the locker room, he comes up behind her and strangles her to death. Because how dare you actually like do your job that I had you paying you here to do, and someone sees you make me look. He is a very Lex Luthor. Petty is Lex Luthor. Like, He's the most petty person on the planet.
Okay.
His main one of the main reasons he hates Superman is simply because people like him and don't like Lex.
How? Well,
That's like
yes.
the main thing. Like, how dare someone like you and not me? How dare they? How dare anyone?
So that.
I'm Lex.
Let's talk about Smallville, which you watched and I tried not to.
I did watch
I think that was
the whole thing.
I think that was a great Lex.
It was, and he was petty as hell.
Oh, okay.
He was petty as
Because I've forgotten as much as I could.
He was Michael Rosenbaum, great Lex Luthor. Talked to this guy. They talked beforehand, and that's good. I mean, Corin Sweat said his Superman growing up was Tom Welling, which, I mean, if you're going to base on Clark, that's fine, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, Smallville Lex, super petty. Holy God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I just didn't watch enough or retain those
It's just,
memories.
it was another one of those things where it was like they had a lot more screen time to spread stuff out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it like wasn't as apparent as quickly, but then once you knew it was there, it was like it's always been and it's there all the time now. It's just like,
okay.
Man, yeah, no. And he just got worse and worse too as the series went on. He just got more and more and more like, yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have liked a more competent Lex.
Guy nearly broke the damn world in half. He was the most confident Lex we've ever seen. What did Kevin Spacey do? He had a boat, cool, and a model of some trains or something. What did Gene Hackman do? Oh, he broke the desert a little bit, and then nothing else ever again. Oh, he made Fabio come out of the sun, and he scratched Superman with his silver fingernails, and that made him have a cold for a day, and then he gave Lois amnesia again for no reason. Oh my God. Yeah, Lex Luthor has been terrible. Always.
Okay.
God, he was even John Cryer once. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Holy God. Come on.
I'm
Let's talk about incompetence. Tom Welling punched him in the face and it defeated him.
Yeah, John Cryer was not a high moment in the history
But he
of
gets to be
Lex's.
Lex because he played his nephew in Superman 4.
I just would have liked a better Lex.
I think he was a great Lex.
Someone closer to, in my head, Xanatos, who, regardless of the outcome, still comes out on top. He still gets ahead, doesn't wind up in the back of a police van.
Luthor is a far more like just egomaniac crazy person. Like
But
Luthor defeats himself all the time. That's like part of what Superman is so upset about him is like he even says it in the movie. It's like if you just would look at yourself and understand what you could be.
Yes.
Like
And so that's
and that was something like from All-Star Superman.
I'll say that's
the same
fine.
thing. It's
But
like Luthor
in
defeats
order-
himself.
Yes?
Sorry to bug you, man.
What's up?
I was about to turn the lights off. I apologize if I accidentally shut these off. Do you know which one?
I don't.
All right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's all good.
Well, yell. Must be.
Oh, you're about to be plunged into darkness.
Good?
Yeah.
All good. Not that one. Turn that one back on. Turn that one back on. Oh, shit.
Did I put it back on? Oh, shit.
No. Anyways,
I think in order for Lex to have achieved as much as he has, so the head of a huge organization, let's
remember
say,
he had a father before him too. That's why it was Luthor Corp specifically in this one, and not Lex Corp.
Okay, sure, all right. So maybe it's inherited. Maybe the father was, I don't know.
Because it was Luthor Corp, right? Or was it Lex Corp? I thought it was Luthor Corp.
I think it was.
I
So
thought
maybe
that was
it's-
on purpose.
Maybe it's inherited. That's interesting. Maybe I attributed too much to
Because
Lex.
sometimes it is inherited kind of from his dad, and sometimes it's him doing
Self-made.
it himself and bragging about it.
Okay.
But I believe in this one, there may be some familial Luthor handed down a bit. It's like, kind of like a Wayne type, but like evil.
I would still like to see someone at a Xanatos level of success.
Maybe that's the very little scene, but cameoed briefly. What's his name? Lord.
Oh, yes. Maxwell
Lord, yeah.
So there's Lord, and we haven't even talked Easter eggs.
He's
but,
supposedly the guy who is funding and
Wilson missed
allowing
this.
the Justice Gang to
And
operate.
Wilson's the only one that I've actually talked to about this movie
Yeah.
because nobody else wants to. But he missed the cord tech on the recording device, Lex's recording device. Did you catch that?
I actually did not catch the cord tech, but that's pretty cool. They had a bunch of other stuff. I think they had the Star Labs or some, or Cadmus. There's some of them. One of the labs or two or both. Something was mentioned in there. I thought I could have sworn one of those labs was mentioned at one point. Maybe.
Yes, I'm pretty intrigued by Lord because you cast Sean Gunn. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, you cast Sean Gunn, and he's going to show up again.
Oh, you know it.
Right. So, all for that, and hopefully he's used well. Maybe he'll show up in Supergirl. I have no idea, but I'm
It'll just
looking
be
forward
interesting
to
to see, because right now he's sort of posited as a good guy who's, funding the Justice Gang and all for, good things. Great. So it'll be interesting to see if he turns into the Maxwell Lord that we know he can turn into.
Most likely,
And if he gets to meet Wonder Woman.
Well, we'll see.
That'll be fun.
But
that won't be a kid's movie.
So the Justice Gang, I don't understand their building. You've got this giant building.
It's the Hall of Justice.
For 3 people.
Well, recall they did mention there are other people that cycle in and out. I think they did mention that there's, like the B team, or like there's other people in and out. Oh, Superman's actually part of our group, or other stuff.
Okay.
Like, I think there are other people. Those are the 3 that were in the area at the moment. But I would assume there are other people as well. That is how I interpreted it, especially based on the mural showing how many people there clearly are. It's just I don't think that they're all always in Metropolis.
It's not current murals, so we don't know. We don't know the cast.
I just think that they're not always all in Metropolis at the same time, and there
Nor
could be,
should they be.
Yeah, and there could be more places too. There could be other things. I mean,
I did think it was kind of funny. She just drives to the Justice Building. I mean, I don't know how else he would get there, but seeing the tiny car outside, I'm like, this is a great comedic moment. I love it.
I liked when they were waiting for the garage door to go up for the terrific ship, and it was, you got all this money to make this cool spaceship, and you couldn't get a faster garage door?
I had the same thought.
It's for dramatic effect.
I was right there with her. So I'm looking over my list again. We've talked about a lot. Still grouped under magic for me is field landing. Is how I wrote that down, which is after Superman, Ultraman, and Engineer are falling from space, Terrific gets involved somehow, and they all crash into a baseball field. You remember this?
Yes.
There's a couple of times I'm like, oh, Terrific just died. Oh no, he didn't.
I can't remember how he got involved in the very end of that crash landing.
But similarly, when they're going up into space, when Superman's going up into space, I'm like, oh, Engineer's about to die. And then she doesn't. And I'm like,
Engineer isn't human. Engineer is made out of nanites at this point. She is like a T-1000 that is slightly more solid. She even said it, and they showed her whole face went like she is made out of machine thingies. Like, she is not a human anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think things like breathing are really a problem for her.
I don't know. And I guess so. There is one version of her. I mean, I don't know.
I'm just talking strictly this version from this movie.
Yeah, in my head, and maybe this I just wasn't.
Like, she's a machine owned by Luthor Tech right now, essentially.
I was thinking more of like a cyborg Venom is what I was thinking. So like, there's nanites that can do whatever is necessary, but she's still kind of human, except she says.
See,
so like
I saw it more as like Tony Stark's nanite armor, except like it's her whole body. It's not just in her bones and comes out. Like, it is everything. Like, it went into her and it's so everywhere painful. Now. Because like her whole hands just turned into saw blades. Like,
yeah,
she wasn't like holding a saw blade. She turned it into a saw blade. She
has to be.
I think she could have done like Metamorpho and tentacle head flowing around the place if she wanted to.
I think she is a Galactus swarm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So I was thinking, oh, she's gonna asphyxiate, and the other 2 are gonna be fine. And then I'm like, oh, well, that didn't happen. Well, she's gonna burn up on re-entry, and then
that's the thing.
And then that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
So I have to wonder, maybe he didn't go up high enough, or what? But maybe he only went up high enough, like the Bezos rocket, not actually to space, just the edge of space.
I don't know.
But yeah, my whole thought was he's gonna burn these things off of his face with the atmosphere, and then that didn't happen. But Mr. Terrific was all like, no, you got to like impact them with the ground, and so that way the impact will shock the whole system, and they'll be. I'm like, okay,
That's weird.
But then it like didn't seem like he hit the ground quite hard.
It was weird.
But I'm like, whatever, it's fine. It was still disgusting and freaky,
Oh, yeah.
and I never would have thought of that in a million years as a way of defeating Superman.
Yeah, it's
That was
disgusting.
horrific and awful, and that's part of why I love this Lex Luthor, because he went straight for like the most gruesome, horrific thing, like
And it
murder his face on live television, and then he's just sitting there like the whole time, like,
totally could have worked.
yes, like the look on his face. I'm like, whoa, damn,
It was wild.
yeah, good Lex Luthor, good Lex Luthor.
Weren't you telling me about a Sandman that did that Spider-Man?
Yeah, there's a comic strip. I think I put it in one of our previous videos actually a while back. Yeah,
I think
he,
so.
he does that same thing. He just rips his mask and then just goes right in his mouth and then fills his whole body
Horrifying.
with sand. And he's like, oh God, and just explodes.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Yeah, I'm like, but that's perfect. Why doesn't he just do that? Or just fill his lungs up. Dead. You don't even have to stay in there. Just fill them up and leave. Just leave a coating. Done.
Another great thing Terrific does is
Because
when he
comic
gets to the military encampment,
Oh,
that
just
whole
wrecks
scene?
the place.
high point.
That was awesome.
High point of the movie.
That was
Loved it.
fantastic.
Loved it.
That was so great.
So great.
Lois just looking around. That was I think the one scene that reminded me most of Guardians of the Galaxy movies past, like their intro scenes usually, where Groot's just kind of like looking around and like the
Sure.
whole rest of the gang is
Yeah.
just flying about and things are happening everywhere. I thought
Yeah, that
was
makes
great.
sense.
And that was also great because of all the armor dudes and all the little Hawaiian shirt guys all got their butts kicked equally. And it was great. It's great.
It must have taken so much time to render and figure out
Just the choreography of
all
like
of
where
that.
she's looking, like
all of it. Because
Someone had fun.
most of that's uncut.
yeah,
It's just
it's I'm pretty sure it's just one shot of her spinning around the whole time, and he kind of zips in and out of it as it's going. And
yeah, it's nutty.
yeah, it's really good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Loved it. It's great. No notes.
I'm just gonna edit this video to be like, Superman, is it good? And I'm gonna put you saying that what you just said right there. It's I
Loved it.
loved it. Great.
No
No
notes.
notes. And I'm gonna say I loved it too. The end. Na, na, na. And Rick's gonna be like, huh?
Who is this person? This is not the toast I know.
What?
So the last thing I think under magic heading for me is laser eyes at the end. All of the razors attacking Superman.
Raptors.
Whatever. I don't care. I was forgetting this movie in the parking lot. I was already deleting files. So Raptors.
Dementia? I think there might be like a problem we're not talking about here. It's on your comic videos, you're talking about the files are getting deleted. I'm like,
Yep.
but is it voluntary? Because there's a lot of these files you seem to still want to have, and you don't have them anymore, and they're
And
not
there's-
from that long ago that they should have expired.
There's a family history, so like I need to get checked at some point.
Yeesh.
Anyway,
Anyway,
let's
Yeah.
gloss over that.
moving right along.
So Laser Eyes, he's lasering the shit out of people
Yes.
quite high up.
He
and I'm
broke
like,
their armor, their
I'm like-
impact stormtrooper armor.
oh, all of them are dead, except no, none of them are dead either.
No, but they're in armor that actually protects them. I think that's the one thing. He disabled their armor without destroying it. He purposefully did not kill any of those people,
Clearly.
which is good. Superman has the ability to take the time to not kill people. He's the only one of them besides the Flash that does. So if he can,
fair.
and if he wants to say the stuff he always says, then he should, at any opportunity that he can, exercise the ability to stop the fight as quick as possible, but not kill any of these guys. Maybe rough them up a bit. They're going to remember they fought Superman today. But they're also going to remember because they're alive.
So because you're saying that because of the armor, just
I think that unlike
falling-
stormtroopers who have armor that does absolutely nothing but make them walk into doors with their heads and not be able to shoot anything because they're blind, their armor actually protected them.
Okay.
It did its job.
Okay.
It's good armor. I mean, it's armor meant to fight Superman. I think just falling down shouldn't just make them die.
I don't.
They should be hurt. But I mean, if Iron Man can fall out of the sky and land on the street and bounce 100 times and just get up and just be fine
Well,
and not be just a tomato soup inside of that thing,
I mean that was
then I think some dudes could fall straight
that
down
was
and be okay.
for me the biggest laugh out of the Pattinson Batman movie.
Oh, it's when he skydived and then hit the street and didn't explode like a water balloon?
Just rolled for 25 feet.
25? That's generous. He rolled like 2 blocks. Oh my God. And off of how many cars and the bottom of a bridge. Oh my God.
It's phenomenal.
Then he was like,
I
I'm
laughed
good.
so hard.
He probably had one of those glow sticks and just... glow stick time. Go, 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 go.
Hilarious.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Can't wait for that movie in another 12 years. That'll be so good. Hey, or Mr. Freeze is going to be in it if he doesn't die of old age first.
Laser eyes.
Laser eyes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I did like
Fine.
that they left a mark on his face, not only from him using them, but also from Ultraman blasting him in the face with them. And I loved his reaction, how he like got done and he was just like, oh my God, like,
Yeah.
that sucked. Don't do that. It's bad enough coming out of my eyes. Don't make it go back in.
Yeah, that's...
However, that was
awesome.
probably the dumbest thing you could do to Superman. I'm pretty sure all he did was just charge him up for the very next scene. Like,
Well, let's talk about
he's
that.
like, here's concentrated solar energy in your face. Oh, yeah, that's right. But he's also kind of dumb. He wasn't like, is he Ultraman or is he going to end up being Bizarro? Oh, no, he's dead. Never mind.
I think he's just a failed Superboy clone.
Pretty
well,
much.
That's something else
that is
Lex has.
pretty much
is
what he is.
Lex has aging technology. So he's cloning, dimension hopping, teleportation, and also aging
Well,
technology.
they're clones. They could always make whatever age they want. That's nothing they've ever... I don't even know if they ever touched on that in DC Comics. I mean, he made Superboy, who was like an 18-year-old kid, or 16, 18-year-old kid just overnight.
Yeah.
He made a clone for himself that was like 30, like overnight.
Yeah, it's always weird. Like accelerated aging and how it's
And Guardian, I don't think
supposed to
Guardian
work
ever
or-
comes out as a kid. He's always just a full-grown ass man.
Guardian.
And Batman has the thing in his cave that lets him be 32 forever. Just spits out a new one with the memory files uploaded from the last one, all Westworld style.
I can't.
Which is pretty much the only way Batman makes sense. And explains a lot about why he's so insane.
I don't think I've liked Snyder for a long time.
That might be the one thing I actually kind of liked that he did. There's some stuff that's just so weird, and I do appreciate that a lot of his stories were, like, you can just look at them as a one-off in some weird bubble universe and just leave it there. Like Death Metal, that didn't happen. No. But in its little world, it's a fun story.
Death Metal.
To stay by itself over there in the corner.
Did you read it? Did you finish?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you
It's-
shoot a video?
No.
Okay.
Because that would require me understanding any of what I just read. And
Oh, that's
talking
fair.
about it coherently, which...
Okay, so that fight, Superman versus Ultraman, the final one. Ultraman gets thrown, trained, bust into a black hole.
Yes.
I started to have this conversation with Wilson. Was that intentional? Because the way I saw it, Superman sees the black hole.
Yeah.
It's set up a couple of times. It's set up
Yes.
previously, and then during that fight specifically, he looks at it, and I thought he had the idea. I'm going to throw this guy into that black hole. Unless he was just having the thought, oh shit, there's a black hole, I need to avoid that. Did he intentionally throw Ultraman into a black hole?
I think I would have to watch that scene again.
Okay.
But I don't know if he intentionally threw him into it as much as I think he might have been just using it to get away as like a distraction, like let him deal with that shit while I get the hell out of here.
Because I think the
But
bus, I
I
bus
thought
was a surprise.
the bus was a surprise to everybody.
But I thought that he had the thought, I'm going to use this black hole to get rid of him, which kind of contradicts the earlier Kaiju and Squirrel.
Who says that would kill him? It would just take him somewhere else.
If you know anything about black holes.
Yeah, he's going to live inside of behind a closet, and he's going to talk about gravity to Matthew McConaughey's daughter. Because that's what's in a black hole. That's what we learned from science. It's the fifth dimension, which is a DC thing, by the way. That's what the fifth dimension looks like. That's where, like, Mr. Mixelpick is from.
I think he wrote that one by himself and not with his brother. I think that's what happened.
Are you going to badmouth Interstellar right now to me?
I mean, it's a good movie,
Okay, thank God.
but
I was going to flip this table.
I don't know that he worked out the ending.
Anyways,
Yeah. So that was like, I'm questioning the intentionality of that versus
I mean,
his.
I feel like it's better to send him somewhere than to just snap his neck, you know?
It's-
Which I'm not saying was horrible to do. It's the choice Zod gave him in that movie. Kill me or I will kill everybody.
I
There
don't
are no other options, and there weren't other options. There was nothing he could have done.
You and I are two of, I would say, the few people that are okay with the next snap.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want him to run around killing everyone else in that universe, but that fight in particular, there was no other way for it to end. Nothing on Earth could have stopped him.
Right.
And everyone already complained too much about how many people died in that movie, and you're just complaining that you wanted more. Like
this moment here is what our comments are going to be about.
Oh God!
Not ripping me apart for anything
all
that
the
I've said.
damn Snyderverse buttholes are going to come out of the woodwork.
I don't know. Maybe he was just having the thought, oh shit, in addition to this guy that I'm fighting, we also need to not get sucked into a black hole.
Yeah.
Maybe I kind of thought I'm choosing to kill this guy, whereas I would have preferred not to kill the Kaiju, which I thought was weird, but
I don't
maybe
think
I'm
he was
misreading the
choosing.
scene.
I would have to see it again. Like I said, I guess that direct little snippet right before it happens, but I kind of thought the whole thing was just like a circumstance thing, and it was like a what else to do in this situation. I don't want to kill this guy. I might not even be able to, but I gotta also save the world right now. It's ripping in half, and if I don't do that right now, if I don't distract this guy with something, I think he was at the very least just hoping it would take him off the playing field for a while. I don't know if he necessarily wanted to send him into the black hole, but in my mind, that doesn't mean death for those guys. It just means you're just really far away now.
It should, but I think
it should. But
I think movie black holes aren't following.
Especially man-made Lex Luthor ones that probably would have just taken him into another, because they were in a pocket universe, which is the space between universes. Which, if this were a Stephen King movie, that would have been really bad. Maybe that's what Mr. Handsome was. That freak.
I almost had a problem with pocket universes until I remembered Peacemaker season 1. And I'm like,
what about boom tubes? I mean, they're a thing.
Well, boom tubes are...
That's basically what those things were.
Extraterrestrial?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not human-made technology.
Who's to say it is here? He didn't go into where he got it from, just that he had it.
Yeah. So, and then I'm like, well, Peacemaker's dad had his own pocket dimension, so I'll allow this.
And that's how Peacemaker season 2 happens, by the way. Spoiler alert.
That's a crazy-ass trailer.
It is, but
I'm looking forward to that.
I didn't even think of that going in. I'm like, how are they going to make this canon with the new DCU? Oh, yeah, that's right. He has a doorway that leads straight there. Cool.
We're winding down now.
Yes. Okay.
One of the last problems I had was the news media and people's opinions in this movie. Because a piece of information comes out about Superman.
Yes.
Which is a whole topic that I don't think you or I care to...
I have thoughts on it, but they're more...
Okay.
Ideas I have. I don't have a problem with. We'll talk about that. We can talk about that.
So information comes out about Superman, and seemingly everyone immediately turns on him. Because I don't think anyone was still on his side at that point.
They were. I think the most you could hope for was people were cautiously optimistic. Like, well, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's not.
I found it.
Now I'm scared and worried.
I found that unrealistic in my opinion. Just because the news for quite a long time has very much divided our entire country.
Correct.
So if the head of one organization comes out and says the sky is blue, you're going to have half the country say, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
And like, so...
But sometimes
So
also...
Lex coming out and saying, this is real, I feel like there should have been more people that said, I don't know.
Yeah, but we got to hear the loud vocal minority, who are the loud, angry people who go out and make the biggest stink about it and make the biggest stink online and get on all the TV shows. Like, you always hear the angry people more than you hear the people that are okay with something.
Right. So the actual media, I kind of believe that from them, the Michael Ian Black, which I think is a great role for him.
Right? That guy always just shows up.
I was surprised to see him, and then I'm like, oh, this makes perfect sense. It's perfect. Nailed it. But I think the people on the street, I would have liked to see more from them be like, I still believe in Superman, even though. And we had the kid with the flag.
See, I think there were still people like that. I think that...
I would have liked to see
there were loud, angry
more
people, and I think there were also the people that were just, like, unsure, that didn't want to believe it.
That would be great. I would have liked to see it.
But see, keep in mind, those might be on some of the files you've already gotten rid of. I don't know. Again, I don't mean any offense by that, but I just watched this movie like 48 hours ago.
Uh-huh.
And I just feel like I remember more of more like I don't feel like it was like obviously yes everyone was like upset, but also keep in mind when have we on the news ever had like an alien invasion gonna take over the whole world because he could.
But then
I mean
the end
that's
of the
something
movie
that might
happens.
unite people a bit more than just like, oh, his name might be on some files on a list. Like clearly it is, but whatever.
But then at the end of the movie, the reverse happens, where immediately the world turns on Lex, and I'm like, I don't believe this either. There would have been more people on both sides to say, hey, we still believe in Superman, hey, we still believe in Lex.
And there probably are in all the
I would have liked
other
to see it.
Yeah, but again, the movie is only 2 hours long.
How long is it, actually?
It's 2 hours and 6 minutes, I do believe.
I think you're right.
Somewhere right around there.
I'm talking 20 extra seconds. I'm not asking for much.
I think
In this instance,
rewatch
I'm asking for a lot.
might
In other
help
instances,
you with...
I'm probably never going to rewatch it. My last point, I believe, is Supergirl and Krypto. And this goes back to the very beginning
Yeah, you just don't
of
you're not a...
seeding the world.
This
'Cause
guy's not a
here's-
dog person. I'm just gonna let you guys know that right now.
That's irrelevant.
I think, it's
Here's the thing.
very relevant.
It's not. Because Supergirl exists in this world,
Yes.
apparently.
Yes.
We see her. Nobody seems to have any knowledge of her. Lex is solely obsessed with Superman.
Correct.
Nobody at any point mentions Supergirl.
Correct.
Lois says, you have a dog?
Yes.
He weirdly says, it's more of a foster?
Situation? Yeah, because he's watching it for Kara.
Which it's not a foster situation.
I mean,
it's a
she's
dog
not on
sit.
the Earth half the time. It's half his dog, pretty much. I mean, he's the only other person
That's
on Earth
still not
who
a
can
foster.
watch it.
It's still not a foster. It's weird phrasing, which I think is intentional.
So that you don't give away that it's Supergirl's.
Right. But why? It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing, and it sticks.
I mean, this
There's
again could be
nothing that
stuff that
gets me
might
more.
get elaborated on.
There's nothing
her movie.
that gets me more than her existence. Because she's there. Her dog has a cape.
Yeah.
If nobody's aware of this dog, why does the dog have a cape?
Because they all have capes. That's what Kryptonians wear. They wear capes. The cat has a cape.
Yeah.
Cats don't wear capes, and the cat has a cape.
But
The horse
the public knows about
has a cape.
where the cat exists. The public is aware that the cat exists.
Yes.
If the dog is being kept hidden, why does the dog have a cape?
Who's to say Supergirl and the dog are from Metropolis and that they've been established as long as or even at all as Superman? Maybe there's a reason she's wearing a trench coat over her Kryptonian suit of clothing.
I don't know. I
Because
can't.
remember, sometimes the super suits, this was never really elaborated on in the movie, what his suit is. Like,
I can't-
Kryptonians wear that stuff sometimes. That's just what their clothes are.
I can't square that peg at all. I can't. She opens
I think,
so many doors.
but I think you're looking for too many doors. Like, I don't...
I want a movie that is internally consistent. And so in this movie, Lex is going after Superman. Supergirl shows up at the end, and we don't know anything about her, but she has her own suit,
As Kryptonians do.
and it would lead me to believe that she also exists as a possible superhero, or
Or that's just what she came to Earth wearing.
maybe this is I can't make any sense out of her or Krypto.
That's what I'm hoping her movie will do. But my thought is
The-
that
the
she's not a
line-
super established person on Earth yet, other than
She would
As
have
her-
to, she would have to not be,
other identity.
or else she would have been brought up earlier by somebody,
Yeah.
by literally anybody. And so like she boggles my mind. I don't understand her at all.
I don't know. I feel like she might end up being more of a space type of a hero, which is fine with me. I'm fine with her not being on Earth. Like, I think she seems like she could be like a Captain Marvel type of a person, which would be
I'd be okay
interesting.
with that.
I think it'd be awesome if she was like traveling around world to world and just stopped in on Earth occasionally. I think that'd be cool as hell. That would explain why people aren't used to seeing the dog. If the dog's usually with her, maybe she just went to a planet where she couldn't bring the dog this time.
No dogs allowed.
Maybe it was a cat planet. I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't. As soon as she actually shows up, I'm like, I have all of the problems with this. But to say fostering is intentionally misleading to literally the audience. Because he should, in that moment, he should say, I'm dog sitting, except that opens up more questions. So I don't know.
I just think it's kind of both their dog, back and forth.
I guess it depends on how often she's gone. How absentee is she?
Or how often the dog can go with her or not. Yeah, might as well find out.
I have
my
no
God.
idea.
Why?
So I think that's all my notes. I think that's it. Anything else you wanted to talk about?
I thought Peacemaker was funny showing up in there, talk some crap.
Yeah, I
for a
thought
moment.
that was weird too. I kind of would have preferred if he didn't show up. He doesn't seem high enough to be on, or maybe I don't know.
I don't know, after the events of last season.
If Dean Cain
Or-
can be a regular commenter on the news, then I guess
on the Fox.
I guess
news.
so can Peacemaker.
Dean Cain. Oh, why did you have to say that name? Could have gotten through a whole Superman thing without him coming up. Oh God.
I went to who's the lowest person I can think of. Dean Cain.
I guess that's. I mean, who's lower? Kevin Spacey.
I hear he's making a comeback.
Oh.
So he says. I give it 3.5 hammers.
I give it 5 hammers. I really liked it.
Great.
I really liked it.
I'm
I
happy
thought
for
he
you.
was the most Superman-y person to play Superman that I've ever seen in my lifetime. And that starts with Christopher Reeve and Brandon Routh. Okay, but they basically told him do a Christopher Reeve impression, so he was kind of limited. Tom Welling never really played Superman. He played Clark.
He's the red blue blur.
Yeah,
Obviously.
the red blue blur
I have a red coat.
and a blue shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think other than Tyler on Superman and Lois, he was really good as Superman. I wish the show had a bit better writing.
Tyler.
And it had Tyler Holtzman. I don't know how to say his name. I'm not good with last names.
But it took me a few seconds to get there because I hear Tyler and my head fills in
Durden.
Durden. I'm like, where's this going?
What's the first rule?
Tyler Durden?
Yeah.
Good shit.
Right.
Holch?
Holtzman? I think so.
So,
I can't wait for what's next. I think it'll be entertaining. I was very entertained through the whole movie. It didn't get needlessly dark for no reason. It didn't have characters all being Batman for no reason, like previous DC movies have tried to do. Everyone should just be dark and sad all the time and angry. Like, no, not everyone. I liked the cast.
I thought
everybody.
I thought Ma and Pa Kent were more great.
Right?
The first scene was hilarious,
Oh my God. So good.
and then the second scene was, I'm gonna call it the second scene, when he goes home. It's heartfelt. That was great.
Metamorpho. I liked him.
We haven't talked, I think, enough about Metamorpho.
We haven't talked at all about Metamorpho.
Because when he turns into tentacles and he's just flying around as a head,
Yeah, so I'm
Loved
not very familiar with Metamorpho, but
loved
I didn't know he could do all that stuff. I thought he could just turn his body parts into different elements and things. I didn't know he could just be like a flying head with a gas jet coming out of his neck, or like make a giant 30-foot long steel hammer and crush people with it. Like,
we have a shorts figure. Can we get just the head but a tentacle body?
I feel like
Can we do that?
we could make that pretty easily.
Oh man.
I think that could be arranged. Baby Joey, who has so many toys and is in the movie for such a tiny bit of it in total.
Yeah. I mean, that's
That's
a
fine,
weird
though.
scene.
I was pretty sure that's how they were going to be keeping him there anyways. And like from the start, like, that's going to be his kid, and that's why he does what he does. Because otherwise, why would he do that? But he then had a far bigger part in the movie after that than I thought he would, and seems like he's a member of the Justice Gang now, which is also pretty cool. Maybe we'll have a nice jacket in the next movie.
I really like that actor.
Right? He was far more like animated and expressive than I expected him to be. Like the second he, like at first when he was just like, "Don't talk to me," I'm like, okay. But then like the second Superman's food truck friend guy got murdered
Falafel, maybe?
after like the worst, most anticlimactic game of Russian roulette ever. I thought that would go longer.
Yeah, that
You
was
don't understand math, buddy.
not a great scene.
Yeah, that poor guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, and he started to animate and show emotion, I was like, man, this guy's pretty cool. I want to see Metamorpho and more stuff now.
You still haven't seen Death of a Unicorn yet?
Not yet. It's on the
'cause
list. It will be very soon.
He's in that.
He's
and
in that?
He's a personal highlight.
Oh, that's fantastic.
His scenes, there's so little dialogue, but the amount of acting that he does silent,
That movie looks terrific.
outstanding. It
looks great.
Phenomenal. I'm going to recommend that, and I'm going to recommend Getaway more than I recommend Superman.
Which one's Getaway again?
That is the vacation. It's the Nick Frost vacation to a small Swedish island.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
Oh, buddy. You're in for a treat.
Ooh. I recommend Superman. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I am happy with this new direction. It will be interesting to see where they go from here. That's what I'm most interested to see, is where this leads, and if everything will have the same feel or if it will be a disjointed mess.
We are probably not reviewing Fantastic Four.
I don't know when I'll see Fantastic Four. It'll probably be when it comes out on Disney Plus, honestly. Like, I want to see it. The preview looks better and more interesting to me than most Marvel movies, other than like 2 of them since Endgame.
Well, that same group chat that I was talking about earlier, the people that I know have seen Fantastic Four say Superman is better, and I'm like, well, I did not care really for that, so I'm...
It hurts me right in my Superman emblem.
Oh, there were people...
Every time you say that.
So we were
Did you go to the magical theater where people didn't like this movie? Like, I don't understand. Where did you go to see this
We
movie?
were clustered around in the parking lot discussing it afterward. And there's a guy who's walking in. There's multiple people walking in with Superman logos, but this one guy had like 16 Superman logos on his shirt.
Oh, he had that shirt, like
And
the
I'm just
timeline
like,
one.
I'm just like, oh, I feel so bad for you.
Why?
Because he's going to go watch what I thought was a not great movie. But I'm clearly in the minority.
But you're also not a Superman fan. I feel like of all the superheroes, he's your least liked already. I just feel like
fairly
there's
true.
some built-in negativity towards just Superman in general.
But my
don't know.
issues are not with the character. It's
I
with the
know.
world. It's with the writing. It's with the non-establishment of things.
I didn't have any of those problems.
Yeah.
Ah, and the fly just flew in my eye. Why? Son of a nut. God damn it. All this country ass backwoods town. Get the out of this place. Damn it.
We should go.
We should.
We're getting
Goddamn
attacked.
Bugs in my face. Oh my god, I'm becoming a Tosh.0 video from 10 years ago.
I've been toast.
I've been Dan. And this is Void City Reviews. Is it good? 3.5 out of 5. I gave it a 5. So what is that? Like a 4.2 average?
I can't math right now.
It's like a 4 point something.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.